I have snagged tickets to see Bruce Springsteen 3 times this year, and planning for these 3 events has actually rekindled a group chat with some old friends. Now, we haven't seen each other much lately, but making plans for the events, for the trips that we're doing, has really brought us together. It's magic, really. A vibrant community has sprouted around these events. We are chatting on WhatsApp constantly. We are sharing ticket details, travel plans, funny Springsteen stories, and even potential setlist predictions, because we are obviously Bruce geeks. But excitement over it has also encouraged more people, friends of ours, to try and buy tickets, or actually what they've had to do is join fan groups to try and get some tickets, because unlike most business events, Springsteen gigs tend to sell out really early. But I digress. The point of my video today is that the magic thing that has happened every time we buy tickets to his gigs is this sense of community. And while we are diehard fans anyway, it is strengthening our commitment to going. For example, if one of us had to drop out, the fear of missing out, the FOMO, would be huge. Indeed, last year, Bruce's last tour, we all got standing room, pit tickets, at the front of Bruce's gig at Aston Villa in Birmingham in the UK. And while the rest of my group was sort of, oh, we'll be fine, we'll just come on the evening of the gig and we'll have a great day beforehand, then we'll stand at the back of the pit and watch. I was like, no, I want to be at the front. So I actually went to Aston Villa a few days early so that I could get this coveted front row hand stamp, which would mean that I could come back to roll calls and still keep my place in the queue, and basically be able to see Bruce close up on the day. I did this. Of course, I then sent a selfie of my hand, which was a number 38. I sent it to our WhatsApp chat, and all these people, within 3 hours, I had been joined by all my friends. Essentially, the FOMO, our community, that had fueled all this community spirit and everything else, it got everybody to the venue 3 days early to secure their spot in line. And that's what I'm talking about. That is the power of community when it comes to events. And it is key if you want to make your attendees sticky and engaged. You want them to actually turn up if they said they will, and then to be really into the event even beforehand. Now, there's lots of different ways of doing this in business events. You could make the idea of community a huge part of your whole marketing function in your business, obviously, but it also can be something that you can actually really easily add to any event, because it is about, as much as anything, showing your attendees that you see them, that you hear them, that you get them, you know what they care about. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to add time into your agenda that is for your attendees to be involved, to speak. So it isn't just about putting a polling app on, it is about putting things in where they can give you their takeaways. They can share the things that matter to them about the event. They can be heard. So I'm talking about things like roundtable sessions, mini workshops, focus groups, those kind of things. You can actually be including them before the event as well. You can set up a group of people to be talking about what's coming up, what they're excited about hearing. You could do a LinkedIn Live with your key attendees, what they're expecting to hear. You could do it with your contributors. These are all the ways that you start to build community. And there are many, many more. I would check out the community guru that is Liz Lathan. Follow her on LinkedIn. She runs the Community Factory and she knows all about it. And indeed, you could also listen to my podcast, Not the Same as Last Year, which is launching next month. One of the first guest episodes is actually going to include and feature Liz. And when you listen to it and when you follow Liz and other people, you will hear us talk about the fact that the point of community isn't to turn your event into a rock concert, obviously, but it's about focusing on human emotions and actually doing all you can to inspire that in your events. And then you are much more likely to create events that your attendees rave about, even if Bruce Springsteen isn't going to be there.